Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here with a coronavirus update. We're going to talk quarantines. We're going to talk where I think this is going. We're going to show you some more of the footage from last messages. And it's disturbing, but everything I've shown from last messages has been pretty disturbing. Here's the deal, guys. I know there's a lot of hype surrounding the 40, I believe it's 40 mobile incinerators, but we're going to go over what the government stated actually 4 days ago. So 3 days before these stories came out, they actually said they were sending these units over there for medical waste. But what is and continues to be the scariest part of this story to me is the massive lockdowns on citizens, is the fact we don't know who's really infected and who's not over there, if anybody. We don't know if these people who are being quarantined are being treated and released, although there doesn't seem to be a lot of evidence of that, or if this is, as I suspect, a roundup of dissidents, a roundup of undesirables, a roundup of people they want to take their property in a nation of 1.2 billion people. And to ease some of the scaremongering and fear-mongering, this is coming here, and this is the plan for the United States, I will say this. China is notorious for being a testing ground, a beta test for so many things, whether it be the social credit score that gave them an insight on who the dissidents may be, right? Or quarantining a large populace. But remember, this populace is much more docile and has no weapons. That's why the First and Second Amendment, they're the First and Second Amendment, and they're so damn important. So I want to talk about this. 10 days ago, 195 Americans were released from a coronavirus quarantine at Southern California Air Base. Now, remember, when they announced it, they were going to, They were going to do a 2-week voluntary quarantine. That didn't make much sense. Now, I was a lot more frightened when this was happening and not knowing people were being released. Just 3 days ago, another almost 350 American citizens have left the quarantine from California military bases. This is a positive sign. First of all, this lends to my belief, if this virus is indeed real or as even close to as lethal as they're saying, it seems to be genetically specific, doesn't it? We haven't had breakouts in other second and third world nations, and we haven't heard, at least to my knowledge, of any type of mass amount of fatalities outside of the Asian populace. We supposedly have our first confirmed death down in South Korea, but again, you're not seeing this in the United States, you're not seeing it in South America, we're not talking about it like it's in Africa with Ebola, etc. So, let's start talking about these quote-unquote mobile incineration vehicles, I guess you could call them. They're mobile incinerators. So this is obviously Chinese media, and this is back on the 17th, so 4 days ago, they're reporting on this. And they're saying mobile medical waste incinerator sent to Wuhan to aid epidemic fight. Is this suspicious to me? Sure. Is the sulfur oxide reading suspicious to me? Sure. I am concerned. I'm extremely concerned. And remember, Zero Hedge, who got banned from Twitter, is putting this out. It was relayed by the Daily Star that there are 40 of these incinerators now there. And they're saying that, there are some people that are saying you could, how many tons of waste on each of these? It's quite a few, actually. Hold on. Man, I don't want to mispronounce it, but it says tons of waste. Okay? And when you look at how many people it could dispose of, there are some people saying that it could dispose of 2,500 people a day in each of these. That's a massive amount of people if that's what it's being used for. But again, the question becomes, Who's actually dying? Remember, we had the whistleblower doctor. The whistleblower doctor, he dies of coronavirus, supposedly. Then you had the head of that Wuhan hospital. He dies of coronavirus, supposedly. Now, what if these people are blowing the whistle on something different? On the fact that this is a mass roundup, okay? And remember, they tried to sell you bat stories. We know about the biomedical lab outside of Wuhan. We've seen the fan fiction and the ridiculous posts on Reddit. We've seen the massive amount of disinformation. But what you can't get around are a lot of these raw videos, okay? And I'll say this. Intellihub.com, I may not agree with all of their analysis, but they have a ton of videos. Now, on this one, when I remember watching this last week, in fact, I think I discussed it with you guys, of people being welded in a building and that building then being set on fire. Now, I didn't see the set on fire part there, but it was, again, there's a lot of videos out there, and Last Messages, of course, is one of the, I mean, if not the biggest purveyor of this. Now, this is supposedly out of China, and I think it's important to show because it seems to show a shootout between police and citizens. Totally unverified. Totally unverified. I want to let people know that, and I'm warning you, someone does get shot. Okay? It's grainy enough where I don't feel like, I'm putting out like snuff film-esque stuff, but it is important to see. So let's hit it. It's worrying, man. It's worrying when I see citizens in chains. It's worrying when I see a lockdown of tens of millions of citizens. Tens of millions of citizens in a compact area that cannot stand against the state. Very, very disturbing. And I would be lying to you if I said I read this whole thing thoroughly. I really skimmed through it. But this is a National Review story about somebody who got out of Wuhan. And one of the interesting things was, he was talking about a lot of the videos that he had seen. He talked about those videos that all of us have seen of people collapsing in the streets, supposedly of the virus. He talked about seeing the very upsetting things going on in the hospital, people having mental breakdowns. He again was very worried on the lockdown because he doesn't know what to believe, and he believed that any government. And he also talked about the fact that the sulfur oxide readings were out there. Again, this National Review story just shows you there's so much misinformation and disinformation out there that somebody who's in the middle of it, in the thick of it, waiting to be taken out by the United States, not taken out, but evacuated, really had no idea. So that's a lockdown on information with a large populace. These are the things that are upsetting and concerning to me. Is this a play to go after those that would say protest in Hong Kong or have protested in Hong Kong? Once you get disappeared by the Chinese government, who's to say what happens to you? The social credit score was scary enough, but remember, that's a beta test for what's coming here. Guys, we're going to keep up on the coronavirus. Obviously, make sure to thumbs this video up and subscribe. Again, the idea that the pandemic is coming here, I got to tell you, it does not look that way to me when, there are no real reports of mass casualties here. People are being released from quarantine. And those that are dying, if this virus is in fact real or even close to as deadly, seem to be genetically Asian. That's really what the evidence has shown to me now in the last few weeks. Again, Intellihub.com does some really good work. I'm still trying to get Shepard to come on. Guys, I got this thing called a Rockfin. I'm doing 5 exclusive videos a week over here. At least 5 exclusive videos. I'm going to put it right there. You can sign up for free. You can follow for free. There is free material on here, but the 5 are under premium. But the thing is that you get more than just 5 videos from me a week. What do you get? You get everybody's content. It's $9.99 a month. Endorse Jason Burmis. Check it out. I guarantee you will be happy about it. Action for Assange. I'm going to meet them in D.C. at the end of the week. So Sunday night, early Monday morning, I should be driving out there. I'm really stoked up. I may stay till Wednesday. It depends on how far we get in the GoFundMe. If we get to like 3,000 around Monday, maybe I can stay till Wednesday. We'll see. 5, 10, 15 bucks. It means the world to me. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure the notification bell is ringing. Go check, guys. Again, we've been doing nothing but losing subscribers lately. Okay? And remember, I'm a documentary filmmaker. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture are all available for free right here, right now. I absolutely love you guys. We will stay on this story and many others. I'll see you on the flip side.